All right, we're back in the studio once again with Bree Solomon, a teacher at the International School of Chonburi and a Pattaya Players' favorite talent. Welcome back, Bree.
Thank you for having me back.
We're really happy to have you. Okay, so, Bree, could you tell us who is your favorite Disney character and why?
Oh, boy. This is a really tough one. I've always been between either Pocahontas or Jasmine, but I'm going to have to go with my girl Pocahontas.
So you're going for the beauties.
No, I'm going for the nature, and like she's friends with all the animals. And believe it or not, growing up I used to be a tomboy. You never would have guessed it, but
so it's kind of the salt of the earth characters.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I have a tendency to go for the more flamboyant characters like Ursula the Sea Witch.
What a surprise!
Isn't that surprising?
My God. Ursula.
Right. What? Ursula's so cool.
That's nobody's favorite.
I played Ursula. That's why it was so cool in the Spectro Magic Parade. And we're going to talk about parades a little bit more, so I'll tell you a little bit about that experience, but it was really amazing. All right. Last time you were on our show, you educated us about the hidden Mickeys. You remember that? Mm-hmm. That was very interesting, and I love looking for hidden Mickeys all over the place. Well, since you're a former Orlando resident, I wonder if tonight you could tell us a bit about what it's like to live in Central Florida and how the Disney machine influences life there.
Well, how it affected me growing up, throughout high school, it's everybody's high school job. Mm. They go after school and they put on some type of costume and work at Disney. Yeah. So it's always fun to bop around the parks and see people that you know, and it becomes like a really big part of your life.
It is. And you know what was amazing for me as a Disney cast member living in Orlando is that I found wherever I went, if I would show my Disney ID, I'd get a discount. Everything from apartment rentals to restaurants to cars, everything. I mean, they own everything in Orlando.
They really do.
They've got their fingers in every single honeypot there.
Honestly, they do.
They're taking after little Winnie the Pooh there. All right. As I disclosed in our last Disney-themed show, one thing our listeners might not know about me is that I spent 4 years working for Walt Disney World. During this time, I spent several days performing in the day parade as well as the evening Spectro Magic Parade.
My favorite.
I'd like to share one experience about my day parade, and then maybe we'll talk about the Spectro Magic, which is where I played Ursula. But in the day parade, it's very interesting because you're dressed up as a character, and the very first day that I was there, I dressed up as Baloo Bear. And Baloo Bear is, costume-wise, one of the biggest costumes you could possibly put on, and it's all fur. And so one of the things about Disney cast members is if you're in fur, you're going to die because it's so hot.
Heat. Yeah.
And as a newbie on the parade route, you've got your little dance routine that you've got to do and interacting with the audience. And I was really excited because it was my first time. And so you don't know about pacing. So you just go all out and you're going, and the first half is going great. And when you get to the little bridge that goes from Liberty Square into Frontierland, that's what they call the halfway mark for the day parade. And the supervisors will check in on the bridge because the customers can't see you up there, and ask you if everything's going okay. So they always check in with the newbies. So they were like, Baloo, how you doing? Everything okay? I gave him the big thumbs up. And just as I stepped off of that halfway mark, one of the floats broke down. And so we stopped. And whenever that happens, it makes the route even longer, because normally it's about a 40-minute route. But if something stops, and it was stopped for 20 minutes, that adds 20 minutes onto it. And all of a sudden, I just felt from the bottom of my feet all the way up to the tip of my head, just like this immense heat overtake me. And I felt like I was going to pass out. Well, in Disney, the number one rule is that no matter what, you don't spoil the magic. So I had to make it to the end of the route because I had already come to the halfway point. They could have pulled me out halfway. No one would have seen, but now I've got to make it all the way. So anyway, none to say the least, somehow I managed to get through the rest of the parade, and when I got back down there, I just collapsed and literally passed out. And so they've got all kinds of provisions set up at the end of the parade, but they were hosing me down with water, and they had Gatorade waiting there for you to rehydrate you. They had EMTs if you needed to, but so that was a very interesting experience. But the Spectro Magic Parade was totally different different. With Ursula, the sea witch, it was the float was actually her body. So you actually sat in a seat on the top and did her arms and moved her face to the to what she was saying.
And even though she's not anyone's favorite character besides yours, she was one of the best parts of the show. Definitely, she stole the show. She's giant when she comes on,
and it's amazing with all the fiber optics and everything coming out of her tentacles. It was very cool. All right, finally, let's switch gears to our upcoming Broadway Under the Stars review, which is taking place at the beautiful Baan Souy Resort in Jomtien on September 21st. What have rehearsals been like for you, and what can potential audience members expect from this grand evening of singing?
Well, the rehearsals have just been amazing. I love stuff like this. And when everyone's up, I love to listen to all of their songs. I bop between the two places where we're practicing, and I'll just sit like an audience member, and just everyone is so talented.
Yeah.
So I love to just listen to them sing.
Yeah, we've got some amazing talent and some amazing harmonies that are going on with the duets too, which is really cool. You're one of them.
Oh, thank you. Well, but everybody is just amazing, and it's so great to watch everyone and perform. Even though nobody else is in the room but maybe two other people, they do. Everyone puts on a show when they sing their song.
Absolutely.
It's great to watch.
You don't want to miss it. So definitely, if you're interested in that, check out our website at www.pattayaplayers.org, and you can get tickets for that. All right. Well, thanks for your Orlando insights as well as your sneak peek into our upcoming show, Bree. We'll be back after a little music to talk a little bit more about all things Disney, share this week's countdown, and later on give you a chance to challenge your theatrical knowledge with our Broadway Buster Trivia Challenge. Stay tuned.
This is 96 FM, home of Pattaya's only live English breakfast show.